Okay. Hey, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me. This is my first time doing a live. It's crazy as many times as I've been on TV, but I've never did a live before. But thank y'all for coming. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Pooh. Loving your the new pieces, girl. We still waiting for you over here. Dawn, Sissy Pooh. Send, invite your people over to join us. Send some, Don, y'all invite some people to come on over on their little lunch break and come join us for a quick little fire chat. And I invite y'all business people, y'all boss chicks, come on in here, chit chat with us for a minute. Oh, okay. So you getting ready for Black Friday, Sin? I know you back in pop-up season. Hey, Zoshelle. Hey, Lou. Thank y'all for coming back. I know y'all were like, what is this lady doing? So me and my guests, we were practicing because neither of us never done a live before. So like I was mentioning, I'm on TV all the time, but I never done a live before. So y'all bear with me, okay? I'm a newbie at this. Hey, Zoshelle. Thank you, everybody. Hey, what I need y'all to do, tag y'all business people in here. Bring them on in here. Let's have a quick little lunch family reunion up in here. So y'all can get these business. Hey, beauty icon. Hey, Nikki. Y'all invite y'all business people up in here. Let's have a quick little lunch powwow, little family reunion. Hey, Lulu. Bring them in here. Y'all invite them in. Come on in. We're going to talk some business this afternoon, lunchtime. Y'all haven't even eaten anything all day. And I got on my face all done and nowhere to go because I work from home. So who taking me to lunch after here? Thank y'all for coming in. So invite some people in. Bring them in, y'all. Tell them come on in. Let's have a quick little business family reunion real quick. And we're going to bring my special guest in. Y'all bring them in. So let's get started because I know y'all on y'all quick little lunch break. And so let's get started. I'm Tona Michelle. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tona Michelle. I am the creative director and founder of Kreatives Koncepts, which is a creative agency out of the Washington, D.C. area with a branding component. So we basically work with, sorry, y'all. Y'all see that? That's my little heart monitor, y'all, that I'm on for 2 weeks. Y'all pray for me. So I just, again, I'm Tona Michelle from Kreatives Koncepts. I'm the creative director and founder. Kreatives Koncepts is a creative digital agency with branding component here in the Washington, D.C. area. And so we pretty much work with small businesses in the beauty, fashion, and lifestyle businesses, offering you branding services such as your website, your logo, your digital content, photography, videography, all of those things that is your business pretty much. We supply those services for you. We just started this in July. However, I myself have been in business for a little over 20 years, doing business in the fashion and beauty industry. So I have a long history of doing this business. I started out as a Murray Kay consultant back in the early 2000s. Y'all remember Murray Kay? Raise your hand if y'all remember Murray Kay. Yes, honey. So that's how I got my start, and I quickly realized that I wasn't into selling the product. I pretty much wanted to be the person doing the makeup. So then that led me into going into beauty school, where I was licensed as a makeup artist. And then shortly after that, I started my brand of skincare and cosmetics. Hey, Don. My skincare and cosmetics. And yeah, y'all remember Murray Kay? Yes, honey. So one of my girlfriends at the time was getting married, and she had a consultant there. And I just fell in love with what she was doing. And again, it wasn't about the selling of the makeup. It was the artistry of it. And so that's how I got my start. Then I went to beauty school, got licensed as a makeup artist, started my own skincare and cosmetic brand, worked in, TV, film, print. Then I started several online boutiques. The last one was closed down, virtually closed down in 2009. And so with all of my experiences over the years and working with a number of different other small businesses and ladies that I met over the years, one of the things that stood out to me is that we lacked proper branding, right? Because branding isn't something that we think about when we start a business. All we thinking about is the product that I'm going to make or the product that I'm going to sell. Branding is what? What is branding? I don't, what is that? So that is one of the things we lack and is very important. Branding is your business. Without branding, you pretty much have no business. So branding and marketing go hand in hand. And without those two, all you are left with is a product or a services. So it's very key that you understand about branding and marketing. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today in the sense of how you the first thing in branding is personal branding. So basically what personal branding is, you are presenting yourself to the world, to the public. You are letting them get to know who you are. And a lot of times, and I know I've been guilty of it, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be getting on this social media, letting these people know all of my business. And, I'm not, showing them what I'm doing every day, what I'm eating, where I'm going at. But guess what? Unfortunately, in the business world, that's the world that we are living in right now. Like, people want to be all up in your business, because the thing is, in order for them to fall in love with what you're offering, they first got to fall in love with you. Y'all get that? Raise your hand. Give me some hearts if y'all get what I'm saying. Show me some love if y'all get what I'm saying. And you can relate to that. How many of y'all have been like me, like, oh, I'm not going to be putting all my business out there on social media. I'm not showing everything that I do. How many guilty of that? Raise your hand, y'all. Let me know y'all here. Yes. And so by doing that, again, we are losing out on a lot of business, because in today's world, people don't necessarily buy your product or services. They buy into you. So if they don't know you, or if they don't like you, then guess what? They aren't going to support what it is that you are selling or that you are offering. So you need to focus on building a personal brand before you start just jumping out and trying to sell these people some whatever it is that you offering them, because it's so much competition out here, right? There's so much competition out here, and they can buy, if, say for instance, body butters come a dime a dozen. They're cute, they're and they have natural ingredients. They have all of the bells and whistles that you guys are promoting about your product, but the one thing that's missing is you. Who are you? Why should I be buying from you? Which is why personal branding is very important. Again, people want to fall in love and get to know you before you start trying to sell them on what it is that you're selling or what it is that you're offering. So one of the things with personal branding that we're going to talk about today is doing it in the sense of photography and videography. As you all know, Instagram has gone through a tremendous change, right? Because they're trying to keep in intact with, or keep in competition with TikTok. You know TikTok, right? I'm even on TikTok now. Now I'm not on there dancing and all of that. I ain't there, but I am on TikTok, and I do, post some of the things and follow, listen to what they're saying in terms of what they're doing. And one of the things that TikTok is doing now, because Instagram stopped doing it, is that they are now starting to allow you to post static photos. So at first, you guys know that TikTok was all about the video, all about the video. Now you can post static videos there on TikTok, and and get you out there, get your branding out there, and get your business out there. Hey, Selena. So that's what we're going to talk about, the importance of professional branding, because again, people want to be all up in your business. So if you ain't trying to let them know what you doing, they ain't supporting you, right? So you guys need to show up more. And social media, unfortunately, I know some of you guys are like, oh, I'm not a social media person. But guess what? If you want business, hey, boo, hey, Selena, if you want to be in business and you want to grow, social media is definitely the way to go about doing that. And so if you want to make money and you're serious about your business, then you have to establish a personal brand, which is you. The personal brand is you. Who are you? What's your story? How can I connect with you? And why should I connect with you? So you have to show up more on social media. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my guest. Look, how much is too much for people to see of you? You know what? That is a good, valid question, Lou. How much is too much? I would say keep it in line with what it is that you are trying to offer. You know what I mean? Like, if you ain't a chef, or if you ain't trying to sell, food and stuff, then I'm not showing you behind the scenes of me making my oodles and noodles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not showing you different ways to how to make my oodles and noodles if I'm not trying to sell my services as a chef, or a meal prep person or something like that. So it all depends on what it is that you're trying to offer, what services you're trying to offer, and show those things around that. A lot of things that people are doing now, you see this BTS, which is behind the scenes. Everybody want to do behind the scenes. So let me introduce my guest. So Jonathan Martin, for the girls in the DMV area, for the beauty girls, the hair girls, y'all know who John is. We call John Farmer John, right? Because Jonathan is the guy, the father of the hair magazine. So he's the photographer for the big hair magazines that was around here, Sophisticates, and he'll tell you guys all the other hair magazines. And so when I got out of beauty school, I had no idea what I was doing, and I was going through a hair magazine one day, and for whatever reason, something told me to look at the names of the photographers that was in the hair magazine. So I'm going through the magazine, and I look and I see the names like small, like in the corner, and I see Jonathan Martin, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna go work for him. I'm gonna see how I could do my makeup and get started working with him. And so he gave me my start as a makeup artist, and pretty, like they say, the rest is history. So I'm gonna bring him in. Lou, that was a great question. I hope I answered that for you. Okay, let me get John. All right, John, are you there? I just sent you the invite. Y'all bear with us because this is our first time. Here we go.
Hey,
Hey, can you
what's up,
see
Tona?
me?
I see you.
All right. Thank you for joining. So, everyone, this is the renowned Jonathan Martin. Again, for those of you in the Washington, D.C. area and Atlanta area, which is where he is now, he's the guy who was behind the beautiful photos that you see in all of the hair magazines. So, Jonathan, introduce yourself to your people.
Well, hopefully everybody knows me.
Hopefully.
I'm Jonathan Martin. Uh, I've been a photographer for over 25 years now, working in the hair and beauty. I work with different entertainment magazines like Sister to Sister magazine. I've had stuff featured in countless magazines. I've had countless covers. Not going to gloat about myself, but
Glow, glow.
my
Tell the
goal
people
really is
about you.
my goal really is to help stylists excel to be the best they can be. And my part in that is helping them create professional images of their work. I can't stress that enough. And that's really what my goal has been my entire career, is help people be the best version of themselves and to help them present themselves on a professional level.
Right.
So that's kind of a little bit about
All right, John. So we're talking today about the importance of personal branding. So tell us from your standpoint as a photographer, what is one of the important things about personal branding and having professional images created?
Well, I mean, I think there's two aspects to that. I think one aspect is when you're in the bootstrapping type of phase of your career,
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to get started and you're producing content that you can produce. And I think that's great and wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage everybody to do that because that's your foothold into growing your brand. But there's another stage that you want to eventually get to, and that's the professional content creation.
Yes.
And that's really that's multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
One aspect of that is making sure that you get a model that really represents your product,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that you assemble a team that can bring your vision, the vision of your product to life.
Right.
And that's kind of what I do. I'm a part of that team, and have your concept and your overall theme of what you're trying to do. Right. So I think that the models, the getting the team together, the hairstylist, the makeup artist, the photographer, the videographer, all those people have to be in unison. They have to work in unison to come together to create that vision.
Right. So, Jonathan, what do you think about the people who try, I call it do it yourself, where where they try to do everything with their iPhones or Android, and they want to have their own little photo shoots, and they want to present it to on their websites, on their social media. What are your thoughts about that?
I think you really want to have your stuff presented in a professional way.
Mm-hmm.
I think doing it yourself is good for a while, but you have to graduate to the point where you want your stuff to be seen and look professional, just like major companies. Mm-hmm. Like I tell people who are branding themselves, especially makeup artists, hairstylists, there's no reason why you can't look like a L'Oreal,
right? Or
your stuff can't look like MAC. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's going to take more than them just pulling out their iPhone, their ring light, and doing it themselves.
Right.
You have to bring in a team that can actually do that. And I work with companies all the time where I help them present themselves in a professional light, mm-hmm. where their website looks like Mac.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people need to know that if you incorporate the right people, like your Kreatives Koncepts and stuff like that, mm-hmm. and my cell phone photography, right. you can actually have that image of your brand portrayed on a national scale. Right. So you don't have to be big to look big.
And that is my motto. So when I started my my skincare and cosmetic brand, I always looked to the giants. So I looked at like the MAC and the Bobbi Browns and those brands like that to see their images. How did they, how was their website? How did they look? The person who was their spokesperson. And so I learned early on that although I was small, I knew to operate as if I was someone big. So from my photo shoots, for people who's just getting started, mm-hmm. and you want to, and I call it investing. So that's another thing when you're branding yourself. Get out of the mind frame of, oh, I don't have the money to spend to do this or to do that, because it's not money you're spending. It's money that you are investing. So change the mindset of you're just spending money on your business and think of it as you are making an investment in your business. Okay. So it's
Yeah, I
important
mean, you
that you
have to think big and small. Yeah, you have to think big and small at the same time.
exactly, exactly. And so one of those things is having the a proper starting with the personal branding with your
Right.
name. Who are you?
Hmm.
What is your name? What is
Yeah.
your business name? And I'm gonna
Yeah.
be
People want to know
honest,
about your story.
right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of the names that you guys come up with is it can use a little work for your personal branding. um and again across all of your social media aspects. For
Right.
me, my name is Tona Michelle, but when I started my brand, I took the I out of my first name so that people can be able
Hmm.
to pronounce it the way it should be. And so I'm like, okay,
Right.
that is a brand. When I told people that was my name, like, oh, okay, that sounds like a brand name. And when I would show up at pop-ups, I had my banners, I had
Hmm.
my makeup artists that we all had branded T-shirts, Tona Michelle T-shirts. I had my table set up properly. Um, I
Yeah.
had my marketing material set up. And so I operated as if I was big. And so when I would do these
Absolutely.
pop-ups, people would come to my table and they're like, and I'm introducing myself. I'm telling Michelle, and they're like, oh, this is you? This is your stuff?
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah. And they wanted to
Right.
take pictures with me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Enjoy the celebrity.
I'm a celebrity, right? So because I
You have to see yourself as big before you are.
exactly, exactly. You have to, like Jonathan said, you have to see yourself as big. So, although you're a small business, don't have a small mentality about what it is that you're
Absolutely.
doing. Don't think, oh, this is just a little something. And even when people try to tell you, oh, how is your little business going? Check them, honey. Check them. Tell them ain't nothing little about my business, okay? Because people would do that.
Absolutely.
They'll try to comfort you. How your little business doing? No,
Uh,
it's not a little business, okay? And so you need to check them. You
yeah.
need to first, like Jonathan said, get it in your mind that this is your personal brand. This is you, and it's a big
Mhm.
deal, and you need to operate like that. Did you want to add anything else, Jonathan?
Well, I mean, I think you kind of said it all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you kind of said it all.
Yeah. And so, a lot of people probably, you guys probably seeing this buzzword, personal branding. And so I just want to go back
Mhm.
to that. Personal branding is basically it's you and you presenting yourself to the public, right? Like you hate that little word. I know, right? That word little. So it's basically you and in the business world showing up in your full authentic self. And that's the other thing, guys, in this social media world. People are so tired of all of the fake that it's now moving towards um a
Mhm.
more authentic realm. And so people are, if you're just posting the same old stuff that people have posted, they're going to skip right by you. They
Right.
don't want to see that. They want to know who
Yeah,
you are.
absolutely. So I'm gonna jump in for a second. The thing that you want to start doing as a brand, you want to start separating yourself from everybody else.
Exactly.
Everybody, anybody. See, the thing about social media is anybody can post anything,
Yeah.
and social media doesn't care if you look professional or not.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care.
Right.
The only thing they're trying to keep eyes on their platforms.
Right.
You have to start doing things to separate yourself. And one of the things that you can do by doing that is having professional content created. And the thing about that is everybody is not going to invest in that,
Right.
you know, because it's just one of those things that everybody's not going to do it because they feel like they can do it themselves,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So, if you do that, that's going to be one of the things that you can do to separate yourself.
That's
And the other thing is you wanna definitely go to styling.com, especially for you artists, hairstylists, makeup artists,
mm-hmm.
fashion designer.
Put that in.
It really gives you a place where you can post your stuff, and your stuff is going to get the attention that it deserves. That's one of our other brands.
Yeah, I'm putting that in here now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Skylink.com.
so that's very important. Y'all let us know y'all here. Send us some thumbs up, send us some hearts or something. Let us know that y'all here and that you are in tune. And so I'm just going to say a few things, then we're going to answer a few questions because we don't want to keep you guys too long. But this series here is called Kicking It with Creative Concepts. So every Thursday at noon, I'm going to have a different guest, and we're going to be talking everything business and lifestyle, because we want, for our people, we want to uplift the culture. Like I said, I see so many amazing people with great talent, and one of the things that we're lacking is we don't understand the importance of investing in our businesses, and also get out of the LIL mind frame when it comes to our businesses and services. So every week, Thursday at 12 noon, y'all hop over to Creative Concepts so that you can be abreast and stay on top of everything that we're offering over here. And again, we just want to empower you guys going into 2023. We only got a month and a half left. For those of you who are in business and you are serious about your business, Jonathan, can you also put the Creative Concept one too? And you're serious about your business, it's time for you to start taking action now. Don't wait until 2023 to start wanting to implement the things that you should be doing now. So one of the things leaving this call that we want to impart you with is start thinking about your personal brand. Who are you? What is your story? Start crafting your story. And if you need some help with that, we're here at Creative Concepts to help you with that, because again, people don't necessarily buy your product and services off the top. They buy you, so they want to know who you are. And so, crafting your story is very important. Like some of you guys, or a lot of people on social media, they start businesses because they've seen other people do it and they like, oh, that looks easy, or they making money doing that, oh, I'm gonna do it too. So they hop on it without no direction, no idea. They haven't done any research. They don't know who their target audience is, who their target market is. They don't even know where you can source the products from at a reasonable price. You know what I mean? So that they can really see a return on their investment. They just hopped onto it because they saw somebody else do it. So go back to the drawing board. And even if you did that, that's fine. But over time, you should develop a story based on why you did it. So if you did it because, hey, I did it because you saw some people doing it on social media, and I thought it was a great way for me to make some money. But once you get into it, there's more to that connects you with that business, if that makes sense. Raise your hand if y'all hear me. Send me some hearts, give me some love. Let me know that y'all here. So as you start doing that business, although you jumped into it because you saw it from other people and saw that they were perceived to be making money from it, even though that's how you started, there's something along the way that connects you to that business more than you just starting it because somebody else did it. So you have to hone in on that and create a story behind it. So say for instance, a body butter, one of my clients, she, she started her body butter, maybe she had seen people do it and decided, but that wasn't her case. But her story, she has a story as to why she started hers. But so for instance, if you started yours because you saw somebody else doing it, but as you was going through the process and you started using your product, you're like, oh wow, this product really help me in a way that I didn't even know it would help me, because I was doing it because I wanted to make some extra money and I saw somebody else doing it. But now you understand, okay, this product actually works and it can help other people. So now your story isn't that I started this because I saw somebody else do it. Your story is now this: I started this because I saw somebody else, but as I started making the product, as I started sourcing the product, you know, it became much more. I saw how it healed, you know, my dry skin, or it gave me even skin if it's a skincare product, or it made my skin, you know, softer than any other product that I ever
Right.
used. So then that becomes your story. And even for the girls who
Well,
do,
yeah, Tony, you really have to, you really have to know what your why is, because
right,
your why is going to determine how
right,
far you take it.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
So that they really have to determine what that why thing is.
right,
Why am I doing this?
mm-hmm,
You know, what's going to separate me from everybody else that's doing this?
right,
And that's really figure out what your unique niche is,
right.
and then hone in on that.
Right. And that's very important what Jonathan just said. What is uniquely about you? And some people, you guys
That's right.
probably may not want to start businesses because you're like, oh, it's saturated. Everybody's doing that. But guess what? Everybody ain't you. You are the person who's
That's right.
going to separate you from the rest of the pack. No one else is you but you. So stop looking over to your left and to your right at what other people are doing and focus on you. Create your personal brand, show the people who you are, and present that to the people. And again, if you need some help in crafting your story and creating and developing your brand, you can check us out here at Creative Concepts and with Jonathan over at Style Link. So we're going to open it up for some questions before we get off. Is there any questions? Type it here in the chat, and we'll ask a couple of questions for you guys. And thank you all
Okay.
again
And
for
that the
joining
website is
us.
styling with the Y. I typed in the chat box.
Yeah. Any questions, guys? Give us some hearts. Give us some, type something in. You have any questions about personal branding? Something that you know, are unsure about, or you want to know how to go about creating your personal brand? Type it in the comments here so we can answer those for you. Anybody? Come on, y'all. I know y'all got some questions somewhere now. I know all of y'all not on doing your personal branding correctly.
Hey, Selena asked how I got started.
Oh, okay.
I started with a local newspaper back in the day, and that's how I kind of got launched into the hair and beauty industry. It was something that as a regular photographer, like I was doing like portraits and stuff like that. I had no idea about the inner workings of what was going on in the beauty industry, hair shows and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what launched me in that area. And the rest is kind of history. I started doing magazines and covers here and covers there, and then I started working for product companies, and that's how I got started.
Okay. All right. So Nikki says that she have a product that was doing good before the pandemic, but after it fell off. What should I do? So Nikki, I mean, if it was doing good in a pandemic, what has changed? I mean, what has changed? Like, what are the things were you doing at that time that's changed? Are you doing anything different? Because that's the thing I would say. Whatever it is that you were doing before things fell off, you should do more of that. So, you know, if what's changed? Is it, have you changed your marketing strategy? Um, are you, because I know a lot of businesses, okay, my focus less posting. So, as I spoke about earlier, in this world that we in now, where people want to know more about who you are. So I would say you need to go back to that. If that's something that you were doing, if you were on a camera, you were doing more, you know, of letting people know who you are. You were showing them your behind the scenes, showing them your process. I would say do more of those things, because you have to show up for your people, because again, they connect with you. They're not going to necessarily connect with your product if they don't know you, because there's so much competition out here. And so what's going to separate you from them is you. So you have to get out there more, show your face more, you know, talk more about not necessarily the selling of your product, but how it benefits them. You know what I mean? So say, for instance, if you're selling, again, a skincare product or a body care product, What are the features? What are the benefits to them? Why are they buying yours as opposed to everyone else's? And again, it's you, their connection to you, because they like you. So you got to show up, you know, so that they can know who you are. And two, you have to also provide them what the benefits are. You know, you can't just post on social media, hey, you know, body care by such and such, or makeup by such and such. Go by here. Why? Why am I buying your stuff? I don't know you, lady. You got to give me something more than that. And so showing up on social media is one of those ways that you can present and show who you are and who your brand are, so that they connect with you. And then by connecting with you, they want to buy your product and services. I hope that helps. And, you know, for more information,
I
hit
think
me in the
also,
DM. Go ahead.
I think you want to really encourage people to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep at it. You want to keep at it, because you know, people who kept doing photo shoots during the pandemic, they're still rolling.
Yeah.
A lot, and doing a reception, they really never experienced that same fall off that a lot of people did. They continue to do the things to separate themselves from everybody else.
Right. Right. And so, yeah.
You would definitely want to keep that.
And so we are hearing a lot about recession, recession, recession. Listen, millionaires have been made out of the recession, okay? So don't let that word scare you guys out of doing what it is that you need to do to continue moving forward with your business, okay? Continue doing what you're doing. Focus on and have a goal. What is your goal? Do you have a branding goal? Do you have a marketing goal? What are your goals? If you don't have any, then you need to start making some. And don't take this way of doing things into 2023, because coming out of this recession, you know, that's when things really start to boom too. But millionaires are made in a recession. So don't let that stop you from, you know, from doing what you got to do to moving forward to start or grow your business. But you also need a plan. So starting with your personal brand, figure out what is your story? What's your why? Why did I start this? And then even with that why, dig in a little deeper to connect, to tell a story that's going to connect with people. So people don't want to hear, oh, I started this because I saw somebody else doing it. No, if that's how you started, dig deeper into finding a story that's going to connect and resonate with other people. Right, John?
Right. Find your why. Absolutely. Find your why.
Right. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So any other questions? You guys have any other questions about branding? And we hope what we talked about today really helped you guys. Again, Jonathan plugged in Style Link, which is a valuable tool for those in the beauty and fashion industry who want to connect and build their businesses. Hop over there, set you up.
For you artists, you do get 3 months free when you start up too. So it gives you time to kind of take it for a test run and see if it's working for you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys. Yeah. So again, going into 2023, we have a month and a half left into 2022. Guys, if you are serious about your business, and I mean really serious, one, you can't be thinking about it as if, again, I don't have the money to do that. You're making an investment. If you got money to go out to dinner, if you got money to go get your nails done and your hair did and your eyebrows laid, then guess what? You have money to invest in your business, because your business is going to bring those rewards and afford you to live the lifestyle that you want to live, to get your nails done and all of that, and, you know, getting flued out and all that good stuff. So, and stop thinking small about your small business. It's a small business, but think big. Y'all seen that video, right? With the guy? Think big, bitch. So you got to think big, all right? So we want to impart that with you and going forward. So stop trying to take the cheap route and your DIY, because guess what? It doesn't present you in a way that you want to be presented. So everything can't be done by yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to invest in. No, it's not even sometimes. You have to invest. If you're serious about your business, you have to invest. And there's different ways you can
Absolutely.
do it. You can do that, you know, you work a 9 to 5, put your money aside. You have business credit card, put that on your business credit card. Look into grants, you know, small business grants. I see a lot of that in these social media, Facebook groups that I'm in. Find out a way to get the resource that you need to invest in your business so that you can show up big to generate more business for
Absolutely.
yourself. Okay.
Absolutely. Amen.
Thank you guys. We thank you so much for joining us for this quick little kicking it with creative concepts. Again, this will be every Thursday at noon. Next Thursday is a holiday, so we're not going to be doing it next Thursday, but the following Thursday we'll have a new guest every time. So be sure to be following Creative Concepts Branding for these little family reunions, these little business family reunions, lunchtime family reunion we having. And thank you so much to my guest. This is the man that gave me my start, guys. Let's give a clap. Can y'all give a hand clap? Give a thumbs up for John Martin. Y'all be sure to follow him over on IG at iJonathanMartin and Style Link. And yeah, let's do this for us. Show up for yourself now and going into the new year. Show up for yourself in a big way. All right. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.